Our ingredients today are Mexican style cheese, tortillas, tomatoes, refried beans, some taco sauce, beef, and taco seasoning. Got a bunch of this La Prefrita stuff from Todd, one of my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much, Todd. Really appreciate that care package. Oh, I forgot the onion. We also have an onion that I'm going to dice up here. We're going to use about half of this onion for just cooking the meat in for the taco meat, and then the other half I'm going to save to go on top. These were spicy chipotle refried beans. He sent me like 3 different kinds. These ones were delicious, had a little kick to it. Started off, I put the pot on the griddle, put in the beans, put the cheese in with the beans, and then just mixed it all together. If you've never put like a sauce pot on the griddle, I highly encourage it. It works out fine. It's just like the stove. You can move it around whenever you need to. Take it off the heat. You can do like barbecue sauce if you're doing chicken. Obviously beans work. Cheese whiz. Griddle's on about medium. All 4 burners were on. This got me to, what did we say, about 350 here and rising, probably closer to 375. It was still going up. Put my oil down, and 375 is right where I want to be anyways for most of my cooks. Check out my temperature chart in my beginner's guide to griddling. I'll have a link down in the description if you want to know what I cook all my temperatures at. There goes the beef and the onions. Get it all together and just kind of, give it a chop up while it's cooking. I'm putting my oil down for my tortillas. I'm pretty generous with the oil. It's almost like a shallow fry with these tortillas. I mean, we want to get them crispy. So a pretty good amount of oil. Don't be shy there. Got our tortillas down, got our beef and onions going. Our refried beans are looking good, so just give them a little stir. They start bubbling a little bit, so I put them on the grate. I love the grate. Absolutely love the tiny grate. Would highly recommend it. There's a link in the description. Would highly recommend it. Mix up the ground beef. Make sure there's no pink in there. We're going double time. I'm just not like super fast with a spatula. I sped up the video. So then I'm checking these to make sure they get a nice little color. Let's flip them over, and yeah. Oh, one in the back's bubbling up. So that's what you want. I mean, you want them to look nice and crispy like that. Don't be shy with the oil. There's the sides that are not done yet. I just flipped them just to give you an idea. And then there's the ones that are done. So you just want to make sure you use a decent amount of oil. Let them sit, get nice and crispy. Oh, look at this beef. Man, that's going. But also with your tortillas, don't turn it up too high. 375 is where it's at. Don't rush the process. 375, lots of oil, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a nice color on each side. Look at this one. That's where it bubbled up. You can see there, but yeah, they look great. So just keep them right there. Go ahead and put my taco seasoning down. This is probably the cheapest taco seasoning that Kroger sells for like 50 cents, but whatever. I'm not fancy. I'm just going to throw that down with some water and our ground beef. Mix it all together to make our little kind of slurry, kind of like Taco Bell. This is a Taco Bell menu item if you didn't know. I don't know if it's still around anymore. I don't go to Taco Bell as much as I used to back in my glory days in college, but yeah, it was delicious. All right, so look, I forgot to turn the camera on here. I put the refried beans onto the tortilla, then the beef. Okay, I thought the camera was on, but it was off. I apologize. Amateur hour over here. Anyways, you put the tortilla, beans, beef, second tortilla on top. Okay, that's where the beans came in. Then comes the taco sauce. This is basically like Taco Bell sauce. If you keep the packets in your pantry, you could just use that instead. But I used this one Todd sent me. It was delicious. So we put that on top. Kind of like your pizza sauce, but there's also the meat, and the refried beans are kind of like the sauce. So then we're going to put the cheese on top of the taco sauce. Not one, not quite 2 handfuls. We're really going to go for this with 3 handfuls of cheese. Put them right on top there, and then I want to melt it. So I left it on the rack and I domed it. That's also why I like the tiny rack, because I can put the dome over it. After about a minute, it wasn't quite melted where I wanted it to be. So what I did is I went ahead and took some water. You'll see it coming in the lower right of the screen. Squirted that, then I domed it again. This is going to give us a little bit of steam to melt the cheese. Boom. Exactly what we were looking for. Melted cheese. Perfect. Okay, so we're not done yet. I had that tomato. Don't forget about the tomato coming on top. Diced tomato. Man, this is just bringing back memories. College. Look at this. Diced tomato going on top. Then the other part of that raw onion that I didn't put down with the ground beef. is going on there. Of course, we got to do some sour cream going on top of there. And then that, folks, is a Mexican pizza. As classy as it's going to get in your backyard. I think I'm going to start my diet next week. If you want to see my beginner's guide to griddling ebook video, that's on your screen. Have a good one. Keep on griddling.